Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday. I hope everybody is having an amazing day. Ready to get this day started. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? So I thank you guys for joining. I thank everybody who joins every single morning, who shows up, who joins us, who participates. I really appreciate you guys. Let me grab something. Hold on. I appreciate you guys. Morning, Trenda. How you doing? Waiting for my fearless co-host as she is coming in. Good morning, Miss Kimberly. As she's coming in, guys, don't forget, June 16th is the Great Escape. Circle at the Circle and Moon in Roswell, Georgia, where Lynn and I will be giving you some blueprints that you need to help get your life together. I hope you are ready because I am excited about it. I am too excited. That is for sure. And thank you guys for sharing the video. Oh, okay, Lynn. Hold on, let's see. Thank you guys for sharing the video. Then I just sent you an ad for sharing the video and for telling your friends and family. I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate you guys that have been watching with us since November. It is greatly appreciated. See if that worked for you, Lynn. Did that work? And please continue to share. As I say at the end of every show, now that you know, you are charged to go share it with somebody else. Good morning, Cousin Carl. How you doing? My mama asked about you the other day, you and Reggie. And so I told her I would reach out to you. She wanted to know how you guys were doing. Let me see if I can add Lynn again. Well, Lynn, it won't let me add you again. It says you're already on here. That's all right. We're just having a little technical difficulty this morning. But that is just fine. Don't forget, if your friends and family do not have Facebook, we do have a YouTube channel so they can binge watch that. And every day, let me give you a link for that so they can watch that. And guys, we do have, if you're not able to join us June 16th. Oh, I will. So the quote is, I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. So that's the quote of the day. Thank you, Lynn. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. That is by Socrates, which went hand in hand in what I was just saying. Now that you know, you're charged to go out and share it with other people because now you have the information. So please go out and share it with other people, your friends, your family. Give them the information that they need to move forward. Now that you know, you are charged with sharing it with them. This is a copy of, this is the link to our YouTube channel. So if your friends and family do not have Facebook, they can binge watch us. Okay. Then you keep hitting the decline button. Lynn's posted a topic, 5 reasons you aren't investing. So hopefully she'll come in. I'm gonna add her one more time. Let's see. See if we can get this thing going this morning. It's gonna be a great day. It is Thursday. It is Thankful Thursday. And I am ready for today. Let's see if Lynn can come on one more time and write down her topic, 5 reasons you aren't investing. And guys, if you haven't been taking notes when Lynn is talking, you've been missing out on some great stuff. You need to go back and watch them because she's been giving you some great tips that you need to know. She gives you some great information. You definitely don't want to miss her segment. She is America's #1 rebound coach. That's exactly right, Kim. It is the word. Once you know, you're supposed to teach others. That's right. You're supposed to. You are charged with that. Lynn is having technical difficulty, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And hopefully she'll pop in and give us the 5 reasons you are not investing. If not, you guys know that you can always go to our YouTube channel and find her, watch our shows, and get all the tips and tricks you need to learn about investing. I'm going to try it one more time. And I'm going to give you the quote for the day. Again, and then we'll see if Miss Lynn can come in. Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing? Are y'all ready to get this Thursday started? The quote for the day: I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. That is by Socrates. And that is truly our purpose of the Fearless Morning Show. Once you know, you have got to share it with other people in your own way. And if you have a hard time explaining it, tell them come on over and join us on the Fearless Morning Show every morning at 7:15. We're waiting for Lynn, who is America's #1 rebound coach, to join us. She gave us a topic, 5 reasons why you are not investing. So we're going to see if we can't add her. While she's coming in, I'm going to do the Fearless Thought of the day. Good morning, everybody. Thank you guys for sharing the video and for telling all your friends and family about the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances, bright and early, 7:15 in the morning. So the Fearless Thought of the day is, for this Thankful Thursday, I want you to understand that you are passing down a legacy to your family. You are passing down a legacy to your family. Whether you want to admit it or not, whether you believe it or not, everything you do in your everyday life is creating a legacy for your family. You are creating a legacy for your family. And there's 3 things in creating a legacy. You have to have principles. Your principles are what you stand for, what your family is going to stand for, and what you want them to see. And then the second thing is a pattern. Your pattern is how you live your life out in front of your friends, your family, and more importantly, your children, if you have any. What patterns are you setting up in front of your children on a consistent basis? What is it they see mom and daddy do on a consistent basis that creates a pattern for them so that now they know to go do this one thing in life? So think about that. Your children, so you're passing down a legacy. You got your principles and your pattern, and you got to be persistent. But let's talk about that pattern for a second. Think about how you get up every single morning. What do your kids see you do every single morning when you get up? Do they see you get up complaining every morning? Do they see you get up and complain about a job you hate to go to? Talk about who's holding you down, why you don't have any money, why you never going anywhere, why you never going to be anything, and the frustration you have about your immediate situation. Is that the pattern that you're setting up for your children? So today I want you to think about that. What pattern does your family see with you? You're leaving a life legacy, guys. Whether you want to believe it or not, you're leaving a life legacy every single day. You are imprinting your thoughts, your behaviors, and your philosophy on your family every day. Every day. They're looking at your principles on how you live your life. Like, what are the things that you stand for? What is your character standing for? What are your goals? What are your ambitions? They're seeing that every day. And if yours are lax, guess what's going to happen when your children get older? Sometimes they may say, I don't want to be like my parents, but most times they want to be like mama. or they want to be like daddy. So you're building your life legacy. So when you get up this morning, as you start your day, as you're working, think about, is this the life legacy I want to teach my children? And is this the life legacy I want to leave my children? I tell you guys, and then you're setting them up with a pattern every day. You get up, you work, you come home, you cook, you complain, you watch TV, you go to sleep. You get up, you work, you cook, you complain, you watch TV, you go to sleep. What is your pattern teaching your children? That's all there is in life? That once upon a time I had a dream? And what are you telling them about the dream that you used to have? Are you telling them that I had a dream, but then I had you, and so my life, I had to divert my life, and now I'm stuck doing this one thing because I had to stop because I had children? And here's my philosophy. Because you had children does not mean you cannot dream. It does not mean that your dreams stop. It does not mean that you put them on the back burner. It just simply means you have children who are now watching you. So what better opportunity to make those dreams come true? So let me tell you the story. So my oldest, in December, decided, you know what, college is not for me. She was like, I only went for you. Yep. That's exactly right, Trina. And how many people do you know who are living the exact same life as their parents? Correct, Cousin Carl. If the child fails to learn, the parent has. What are you teaching your children? So Courtney came home and she said, I don't think college is for me. I only went for you. I don't think it's for me. And she was like, I was like, okay, because at first I was going to force her to go. And I was like, well, I'm not going to force you to go. You can have this whole semester off to do it, figure out whatever it is you want to do. And I upped that to a year. You can have this whole year to figure out what you want to do. If college is not for you, that's fine. Then here's the hair business, because I have a hair care line. Here's the hair business. Now you have 1 year to make it whatever you want, and you don't have to go back to school because now you're a business owner. You can do whatever you want to do. And so she has set out to do that, and every day she is working. And I have to say, she has made more money since December than I made all of last year, and she is doing way better than I did. And she came back and she said, you know, I used to think that you sat in there and just looked at stuff, or I saw you on Facebook, I thought you were just doing stuff. I didn't know all the behind the scenes thing that you do. So I took time to sit down and have a business. We have business meetings all the time, but I haven't really taught them how I do some of the things I do behind the scenes. And they have a deeper appreciation for once they see the work that's actually involved. And I include my children in every business decision. I get their input. And so you're setting your children up for a pattern. What are they seeing? I think education is crucial. Hey, you know me, I'll go to school in 2.5 seconds. Education is crucial for me. But I had to also listen to what my daughter was telling me. So what pattern are you setting up for your children to see every single day? And then the third one is you've got to be persistent about it. You've got to be persistent about building those principles, building a pattern, and you've got to be persistent. When I left my abuser, and when we got out the shelter, and you know, I finally found us a place to stay, I became, I became so insistent. I became so focused on this is how we're going to be from now on, and we're not accepting anything less, that my children now have it down to a science. So nobody can come to them any kind of way. Nobody can say anything to them crazy, because I was persistent. And even on those days where, you know, the lights might have been off, I had no money for food, no gas in the car, no family around, had no idea how I was going to make it from the next second. One thing I was not backing down on. I was being persistent that this was the standard and the level that we were going to create for the Waddell family, period. There were no exceptions. There was no other rules. There were no way around it. This is how we were going to be, period. Now, we had to find a way to figure out the rest of it, but we were not negotiating on any part of our standards, our character, and how we're going to present ourselves out in the public. And so you have to be persistent, because what your children will see, and they will come back and tell you is, hey, Mom, I saw you struggling. Sometimes I saw you get mad, but you kept going. You never gave up. I'm not sure how you even did that. Your children are watching. Every day you are leaving a life legacy. Whether that legacy is a financial one, where you are teaching your children how not to live in poverty, how not to have that poverty mindset, how not to live paycheck to paycheck, or whether it's teaching them how not to live in crazy and not get overwhelmed with life so that it takes over and they're no longer in control. And so now we're just letting circumstances happen to us instead of the other way around. Every day you have been a life legacy. So on this Thankful Thursday, I want you to think about that as you go throughout your routine. Remember, you're passing down a life legacy. What are your principles? What are your patterns? And are you being persistent? What are your principles? What are your patterns? And are you being persistent in what you are presenting to your friends, your family, and your children? Amen, Cousin Carl. And Cousin Carl, thank you for saying that. What it takes is that being persistent. Patience needs to be added on to that, because you've got to be patient. Because let me tell you, there are going to be days when you really want to quit. And I have a quote. What did I do with it? Are you driven or are you motivated? Because if I'm motivated to do right, it's not going to last long. And I tell you guys all the time, your why has got to be true to who you are at your core. I can be motivated all day long, but if I'm not driven, if I'm not determined to make that thing happen, my motivation is going to go away. It's going to go away tomorrow. It's going to go away tonight. When you don't hear somebody keeping you motivated constantly all the time, you're going to forget why you were doing what you're doing. So are you driven to make that happen? You got to be persistent and you've got to be patient. That's the absolutely only way that it is going to happen. Period. Your children are watching. Your family is watching. And y'all know my quote, my famous one. Somebody is waiting to hear your voice and they will not move until you move. Your family's watching you. They're waiting for you to develop that legacy. You're the only person. If it was not you, you wouldn't be on the Fearless Morning Show every morning. You wouldn't be doing what you're doing. You would not be trying to continue on, trying to make things happen for you and your family. You wouldn't be doing all that. There wouldn't be something tugging and pulling on you to remind you that you're not done, you're not finished. It wouldn't be there. So you are that person for your family, just in case you needed that reminder. You are that person for your community. So make it happen today. Period. You got to make it happen. So today on Thankful Thursday, know that you're passing down a life legacy. What are your principles that you're passing on to your children? Is it, let's cuss everybody out because they offend us all the time? Or is it having a conversation about what's going on in life? What are the principles you pass along? What are the principles of relationships that you pass along? Are they seeing a good marriage, a good friendship? Because to girls, and Cousin Carl and the guys on here, y'all maybe can answer this. Raising girls, we have to teach them right friendships. Because sometimes you ladies know we have friends and it's not reciprocated. We have friends who take and never give, and it should be vice versa. Are you having those conversations with your kids? I have intentional conversations with my girls all the time, to the point now where the door is open and they are more relaxed and they can come and talk to me about any and everything, and it's not a problem. So what are the principles and what are the patterns that you are living out in front of your children? What are those patterns? What are they? Good morning, Cookie. How you doing? Thank you. Yeah, we got big shoes. And I would tell y'all every day, I love the Waddell name and the Twitty name. Twitty was my grandfather. Waddell is my dear. I know I love my daddy to death. Lord rest his soul. And it is my passion. It is my driven purpose to make sure the Waddell name continues to be great, because you only have your name. And people, here's an example. Try this. Talk about one of your friends, or if your mother calls you today, a friend of you calls you today, and you're talking about somebody, and you say, who is that? Well, you know her mama. You know her, and then you're going to tell the backstory of the parent before you ever get to the kid. Well, you know her mama was crazy, and she did this and this and this. Well, that's her child. Well, you know her daddy was on drugs, and he was a pimp, and he did such and such and such. That's his daughter. Do you want that? Do you want them to say that about the kids? Do you want people to say that about your children? What are we teaching our kids? What are we passing down to them? Your name is on, then you got. And we are building life legacies every day. We're building foundations for those generations to come. So what are you leaving for your generation for that last name? The Waddell name is strong. The McGuinn name is strong. What are you leaving them? What are your principles? What are your patterns? And are you being persistent with making sure that comes across? And here's my thing. You can't be mad at other families who are doing greater things than perhaps your family is doing. They were persistent to make sure that they achieve those. So even on those days when we feel like giving up, somebody's watching us. We can't stop. We have to be persistent. I suggest that you find I call it my hiding place or my mental place. And that's where I go when life is crazy for me. Because what better place to be than here with me to learn to live past crazy, right? Because I'm the only live past crazy specialist. So when life is crazy for me, I go to the bathroom. I turn on the shower and I stand there and I might sing a song. I may sing a song. I may pray, whatever, but I stand there until I feel better. And that's when I get out and I get in the mirror and my mantra is on my mirror and I say it till I believe it. I look good, I feel good, and I am good. And then I can come out and I can keep persisting. I can keep going. Sometimes you got to have that quiet moment to remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing. But your why's got to be true to your core. If your why is not true to your core, then you will have other problems. It won't stick. You'll continue to repeat the same habit. So guys, that is it for the Fearless Morning Show on this Thankful Thursday. Please remember, you're passing down a legacy. Make sure your principles are in order. Make sure your pattern, what are you passing down to your kid? And are you persistent? I love me some Aunt Jean. Cousin Carl, perfect example. Mama said, I don't think I know Carl. I know Reggie. I said, Mama, that's Aunt Jean's boy. Oh, then we started talking about Aunt Jean all yesterday. So there you go. And so your children, exactly, it's a privilege. Your children should think it is a privilege to carry your last name. That's what they think it should be. So I think we're going to get Lynn in. Let's see if she's going to come in this morning. Don't forget, June 16th, the moon is the Great Escape. Good morning, Miss Lynn.
Good morning, guys. It's just been a morning of technical difficulties. The show was amazing this morning. I love it. So things happen for a reason. You know that? Things happen for a reason, and somebody needed to hear that message this morning. That's all it was. Just as simple as that. And I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, that was awesome. Guys, so real quick, I'll just tell y'all this. I know she was getting ready to close out the show. But to continue with her P's this morning, the power of your word. She talked about, being persistent and all of those things. She was having that P moment going through. So I'm going to go with power of your words. And when we think about this from the what she was sharing and the things that we're teaching our children as we move forward. And I love that story about Courtney and how she has, she tried the college thing, but now she's trying the entrepreneurial thing. And you're cultivating that in her, right? Cultivating her curiosity in that fashion. And that's what we all should do. So guys, it's the power of our words today that we definitely need to focus on. That's the financial confession and conversation today. So don't tell your child, please, don't tell your child anymore, I cannot afford it, right?
That's true.
Don't tell them I cannot afford it, because the Bible tells us that the word became flesh. So whatever you say becomes the reality. All right. So I need you to help transition that mindset, guys. Go from I can afford it to how can I afford it? Right. See, that's one of the things now. And I love that with your story with Courtney and how she transitioned. That was a transition in the thinking. JoJo could have went all the way off, right? And said, "You're going to college," right? Because
that was my first thought.
That's what we were taught. That's how, that's the dream that was sold to us, right? That you got to go to college in order to get a good job, in order to get the house and the picket fence and the, all of the things that they sold to us. She could have easily said, no, you shall stay in school. But she didn't. She had an alternative, and that's what a lot of us miss sometimes, y'all. So the power of your words. Choose wisely today.
Right.
That's thought for today, y'all. I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. I know y'all trying to get out of here. I was going to go over those 5 reasons you are not investing and how to get it started, but I guess I'll have to save those for tomorrow. But it is imperative, y'all, if y'all are ready to change and transition those files. We talk about the mind being like a computer. Go find your money file, right? In your brain. Take that out. I cannot afford it. Take that out of the file. Go ahead and press delete and retype. How can I afford that? Put it in your file today, y'all. All right, that's it. Don't forget to join us for the Circle and Moon, guys, where we'll be having the Do Shop and actually going through the process of getting you through in your life, your health, and your finances. That's June 16th, guys. All right. Thank you so much. Apologize for the technical difficulties, but you know what? The show must go on, and it did. Right?
And then that's true. Or you say you had to change it, because I used to tell my kids all the time, I don't. You know what your mom. I don't know if your mama did this, but my mama did this. When you went in that store, before you got out of the car, don't look at nothing, don't touch nothing, and don't ask for nothing. And I passed that down to my kids. Don't look for nothing, don't touch nothing, don't ask for nothing. And I put a little violence in there. I said, let me catch you touching something, I'll break all your fingertips off. Now try me. And so my kids are petrified to touch anything because they thought I was going to break their fingers. And so they wouldn't ask for anything because I ain't got money for that. And as soon as it took me a while, but when I stopped saying I don't have money for that, I just changed my language. Not today, sweetie, maybe tomorrow, or let me see what I can do. Let me move some things around. And magically, I ain't gonna say magically, but what happened was the money was available. I just stopped letting it get away from me, because your money will run away from you. It will run away. If you don't give it direction, it will find some direction to go. To the Dollar Tree and to the dollar menu is where your dollar will go. I'm a living witness.
Yes, that's good. That's good. All right, guys. That's it for me.
All right, guys. I hope you have a great. Go ahead. Then what you gonna say?
No, that's it. That's it. We'll see you. We'll see you later. Definitely at the Circle and Moon on June 16th. Trenda, I'll see you this weekend. Looking forward to it at the Atlanta Expo for women. So yes, it's gonna be amazing. I'm so excited. I'm sorry. I'm like Oprah. Now I'm borrowing JoJo singing everything. Mess.
There's nothing wrong with it. I had the opportunity to sing at work yesterday. Thank you very much.
Oh my.
In a sea of cubicles, honey. Me and this older lady, we sung, and Backstabbers. I don't know why she was singing that song. And I stood up, and the OJs, I love the OJs, and she was singing, and I came right in. She was like, Louise. I said, girl, yeah, I can sing.
Wait a minute, you gotta sing it, because I don't.
No, that's quite all right. We gotta go. Thank you guys for watching the Fearless Morning Show.
All right, that's good. That's good.
I hope you guys have an amazing Thursday, thankful Thursday. Make sure you share the show with your friends and family. If they do not have Facebook, don't forget we have a YouTube channel. Make sure that they binge watch the Fearless Morning Show over there, and we will see you here bright and early in the morning. Have a good day, everybody.
Signing off.